The world where none of our teenagers struggle through hardships. We're back at it again with Teentopia. This is Celia.
And Jeannie. Peer pressure makes me think I should be better and competitive. Comparison makes me feel inferior and depressed. I lose motivation and my parents' expectations are so high. I don't know how to handle this and overcome these ordeals. Like him. Today's story comes from a 9th grade student in Teentopia High School.
That is such a relatable story for me as well. I'm pretty sure it's not only her struggles, but also for many others too.
Many teenagers feel pressure to be effortlessly perfect, intelligent, accomplished, beautiful, and even popular, all without visible effort. At Stanford, this is called the duck syndrome, where a duck appears to glide smoothly and calmly across. However, beneath the surface, it frantically and relentlessly pedals. The cause of the amount of pressure that is put upon the student can lead to depression and even suicide attempts.
According to Journal of Youth and Adolescence, the stress that these students get these days are twice as much of normal office workers, often leading kids to attempt suicide, making wrong decisions like illegal drugs and alcohol. Parents' comparison with other students' environments, social life, and relationship issues are usually the factors of grade pressure.
Right. But the problem is that many people don't know how to overcome these problems. Stanford University states that pressures by parents and schools to achieve top scores has created stress levels among students, beginning as early as elementary school, that are so high that some educators regard it as a health epidemic.
Wait, did you say elementary school? Wow, that's shocking.
It is. An IU study has also proved that grade pressures has stressed the students out in a high rate. The survey they have done illustrates that grades, homework, and preparing for college were the greatest sources of stress for high schoolers, nearly taking half of the place. A substantial minority, 26% of the participants, reported symptoms of depression at a clinically significant level.
I can totally back that up by my experience. I'm still a freshman, but the AP subject and other subjects are really stressing me out, and I am staying up very late. Then I get tired at school, I can't even focus, and stay up later to catch up. It's a ridiculous cycle. I need to satisfy my parents, and sometimes it frustrates me so much.
I agree. Schoolwork, college applications, extracurricular activities, and parental expectations all contribute to teenager stress. Over time, selective high schools have oriented themselves to address a context of increasingly competitive college admissions.
Now, should we meet the people who manage those admissions professionally?
Yeah, introducing Ms. Schuler and Ms. Blount, Council of CHS. Hi, this is Celia and this is Jeannie, and we're from Teentopia. We have a couple of questions to ask you. So, as a counselor, we assume that you have seen many students struggling because of grades. What do you think is the biggest problem that is causing these stress when you look at it?
I think it's a couple different pieces. I think part of it is possibly parental pressure. The parents might have in mind for some reason that, there's like a magic number of AP or honors classes that students have to have taken by the time they finish high school, or there's a magic, GPA that they have to maintain. That's a big thing.
And I think there's also a lot of misconceptions on what students have to do to get to college. I've had countless conversations with parents and students who think that if their students don't take AP classes, then they can't get into college or they're not eligible for Hope Scholarship. And as counselors, I think it's really important that we dispel those myths and give them truth about what they actually need to do. Because we have students all the time who graduate here who not only get Hope and end up at great colleges, but even get Zell Miller without ever having an AP class.
I see.
So I think it's really important to make sure that they know what they're actually talking about, the students and the parents.
Interesting. Then what kind of advice would you give to the students or recommend?
I think the biggest thing is being proactive when you're selecting your classes and to maintain balance. So picking classes that are challenging yet appropriate. Finding out what you're good at, what you enjoy, and then plugging into those classes for APs or honors, or maybe just taking classes that you like in those areas. And then if you're not, say history is not your favorite subject, then not taking an AP history class, because then you'd be using all your time and energies and efforts into this one class to get by, and then your other grades suffer, which can lead to stress and anxiety across the board.
I think another piece of it also is if you get into a situation where you're stressed or you're anxious or something along those lines, come to the counseling office, come see a counselor in here. We can help students and parents find resources outside of school to help with that if that is, that's an underlying cause. And we can also help the students and parents, change plans for the future. If a student is an underclass when they're not a senior, then we can help guide them in selecting, their future classes, planning what they want to do in the future so that they don't get into the same situation that, they were currently in. My last piece is a person's goal should be their personal goal, not a goal that their parents or their family or their friends or whoever has put upon them. Pursue what you personally want to pursue.
Right. Thank you for your time today. We definitely learned a lot. Wait. Those are teachers' advice. How about the parents? They have significant influence over students.
Oh yeah. According to Margolis, a psychologist and former Harvard Medical School faculty, parents should be more supportive about their children and understand the flaws of them in order to prevent students to fall into depression and grade pressure. Students feel more comfortable and motivated whenever parents respect their children and trust them. Moreover, when parents provide exemplary life guide, students can learn independence, initiative, and the ability to solve problems on their own, overcoming grade pressure.
By all these, we believe that students can overcome the frustration of grades.
Don't ask what the world needs. Ask what makes you come alive. And go do it. Because what the world needs is people who have come alive. By Howard Thurman. Until we make every teenager in the world smile, Teentopia will continue its journey with you. We'll be back again next time. Jeannie
And Celia.